Sunshine City, also known as St. Petersburg, Florida, and I've lived here for almost 30 years now, as of next month. I have 3 older brothers who have blessed me with 4 wonderful nieces, and I survived the 2004 hurricane season, if you know, you know. Sadly, our family minivan did not. Good job, Dad. In March of 2020, right at the height of COVID, I followed my friends to American Strategic Insurance, which is now known as Progressive. They were bought out in 2021, and I stayed there for about 3.5 years before making the move to an agency. The agency just felt like a better fit for me personally. Florida Coastal Insurance Agency is owned by Richard Fika, but it is powered by the women in the office. We are pretty much have a fully women staff besides our one VA that lives in South Africa, so he's not there. I've been there for about 6.5 months now, and I feel like the biggest difference with us is that we're risk management. So it's not just calling an insurance agent to deal with just your home, or you have to call another person to have your jewelry covered, or you call another person to have your car covered. We are trying to help you with absolutely everything, so you don't have to call a million people. We want everything in-house to help you with that. When you call us, you get a friendly, familiar voice every time you answer. We know pretty much all the clients that call in, and if I don't know you, my officer manager probably knows exactly who you are, who your neighbor is, and who lives down the street. So, question. Raise your hand if you are in a flood zone.
Are we all?
Exactly, that's my trick question. Every single one of you is in a flood zone. So, from the desert to the beach, you are in a flood zone. It doesn't matter where you are. What is flood? Flood is rising water from the outside of the home in. And if you are not required to have flood insurance, it's either because you are all paid off on your mortgage, congratulations, or you're in an X zone. One thing to know about X zones is that 25% of all claims come from those specific areas. And so, Chelsea, if you could just show, that is exactly 1 inch. That is how much water, damn it. That's how much water it takes to cause upwards of $25,000 of damage. So keep that in mind when you think you don't need flood insurance. X zones are fairly cheap for the year if you want to look into that option. Another thing that we cover is jewelry. So think of your best friend that just got engaged, or that guy who's going through his midlife crisis and just got a new Rolex to treat himself. Another thing that we are able to insure is collectible and antique cars. So if any of you have been to the Referral Masters meeting and walked out and seen that big baby blue old school Bronco, that's my boss's. We insure that. So think of those next time you know someone that talks about their old school muscle car, feel free to send them our way and we can get them a quote. Another thing that we write is builder's risk policies. So whether that be a brand new home edition or someone building their dream home, there's all things that we can write. So raise your hand if you have looked at your policy lately. That is what I figured. Raise your hand if you just pay your mortgage and forget about it. Sounds about right, you're like most people. Raise your hand if you just call your insurance as soon as you get a mortgage recalculation. You don't know what that means, that's okay. So that's when you have to pay your mortgage, your mortgage goes up and you're paying significantly more, so then lights fire under you and you call your insurance. We don't like to let that happen. So every year we look through the policy renewals, and if your renewal is set to be over 20%, we automatically requote you to alleviate you of that process. So we'll email you, let you know that you're either getting the best rate that we can offer, or we have other options for you and what the next steps would be. I don't really know any other agents that do that. I used to work in the corporate world with Progressive, so we definitely did not do that. As soon as we wrote a policy, you're out the door and never talk to you again. Let's see. So yeah, that's part of the reason why it feels good that we are helping people save money. We are helping them alleviate stress. We are helping you keep money in your pockets and protecting your assets. I have a guy named James Shrink that I worked with, and he went to multiple different carriers, and ultimately he ended up with us. Why? Because he sat down with me, we walked through his whole policy. He was with Citizens, one of the most common insurances that is written right now, and then next day went to another agent, had the same thing done. They were two completely different rates with the same carrier. That should not be the case. So he trusted me to write his policy. They lost the business, and the guy that wrote it is probably in trouble because his boss is right there. So referrals that I would like. So flippers, first-time home buyers, coastal luxury homeowners. We can even write people that have old roofs. We can usually find a product for it. My ideal referral partners are real estate agents, mortgage brokers, real estate investors, and people within property management. So next time you meet one of those people, I would like you to ask them to cheat on their insurance agent with me. I just sent you an email before I got up here to be able to use next time you meet one of those people. So please take that in your notes so you can pass that along for me. Next time they're in a bind, I want them to call me. I want to be their go-to gal for insurance needs. So we have the relationships and the resources to create more opportunities to get things closed. Not everybody has that. What's in it for you? Referring clients to me makes you the hero. Better coverages, a smoother process, and more savings. That creates more trust, and referrals will end up coming back to you because of it. So they'll hype us up to their neighbors, their coworkers, their friends, and they'll thank you for being so reliable and helpful. So next time you are looking at your insurance, or you know someone that is doing that, choose your very own homegrown insurance agent, me, Taylor Schofield. Thank you.